Hello, everyone. You're listening to TurkishSoccer.com's Turkish Football Podcast. My name is Ahmed Bob Turkin. Welcome to a brand new edition of Turkish Football Podcast. In this podcast, we'll recap what happened in the midweek on Wednesday and Thursday for the Turkish teams in the European competitions, and we'll also preview the Week 19, which is coming up starting on Friday. First, let's recap what happened on Wednesday in the Champions League match in Istanbul. As you know, Galatasaray, the only team that represents Turkey in the Champions League match, they played their last home match in this tournament, and this was their sixth match, and Atletico Madrid visited Istanbul, and the match ended 1-1 tie. After this score, probably Galatasaray team made the knockout phases at 99%. If they're in the 17th place and with 10 points. This golden point that they earned this past Wednesday, it was something to see. It was a very good match, even though both of the goals scored by Atletico Madrid players. Galatasaray players did not score. The tying goal for Galatasaray was own goal by Atletico Madrid defender Lorento. And we're going to go into details of this match. But right now, it is things are looking good, and next Wednesday, Galatasaray will travel to England to face Manchester City, and it's going to be a very tough match. Even though if they even lose this match, they still will be in the top 24 in the Champions League bracket, so that gives them at least one or two matches to go. And like I said, it's 99% there for sure that they will be in that stage, first 24 teams in the Champions League standings. So it is looking good. If we go through the match, it was the fourth minute. Atletico Madrid, we know this, and we talked about on my podcast, last podcast, it was going to be a very tough match, and Galatasaray should at least look for to get 1 point out of this match, and which they did. But the thing is, it was the fourth minute. The coach Simone's young son scored the first goal, and after that, Galatasaray struggled a little bit in the first half, but towards the first half, at the end, the first half, I think Barış Alper Yılmaz had an open net. He just did not look when he kicked the ball. That could have been a tying goal, actually a winning goal, because the tying goal in this match came in with the own goal by Lorento in the 20th minute. And we're talking about the last very seconds of the first half. If Barış Alper Yılmaz would have brought his head up and a look at the goal, I think it would have been shortly. He should have controlled the ball instead of kicking right away. That was a very nice cross, and Barış Alper Yılmaz did not take advantage of that at the end of the first half. The second half started very fast again. As you know, Atletico Madrid players are very physical and young team. They were running up and down, and I think in this match, Galatasaray team kept up with them the whole game, especially after that own goal came. There were a lot of times that Uğurcan Çakır made superb saves, and also at the end of the second half, at the end of the match, towards the end, I think the substitution player Gabriel Sara and Eren Elmalı missed the big chances for Galatasaray. But I could tell you one thing: Atletico Madrid goalkeeper Jan Oblak was the match. I think he made some very crucial saves towards the end in the second half. So the match ended. I know Atletico Madrid want to win this match to be in the top 18. They're not in. They have right now 13 points. Galatasaray with 10 points. They still have one more match too, just like Galatasaray. So it is going to be a very interesting thing for Atletico Madrid to see if they could make it the top 8, finish at top 8. But overall, I think Galatasaray was good playing after having bad 2 matches in the Turkish Super League and a Turkish Cup game. And as I told you on my last podcast, Osimhen is the big difference in this team. Osimhen, that's why they paid a lot of money. I think Osimhen, even though he did not score a goal, but I think he worked his ass off on the pitch for 90 minutes, 90 plus minutes. He was there on defense helping them. He was in the midfield trying to give problems to Atletico Madrid. He was running all over the field. I think Osimhen was the big factor for Galatasaray. Also, the big factor of this match, the whole match, even the match started before, the 12th man in the stands did not stop at all. For 90 plus minutes, this 12th man, Galatasaray fans, they're on feet and singing and yelling and keeping Galatasaray alive. I think 12th man deserves a lot of attention. So congratulations to Galatasaray right now, making it to the top 24. As I said, they're in there for 99%, even though they did not play the last match again yet. It will be happening next Wednesday against Manchester City. On Thursday, things, another match in Istanbul, this time in the Europa League. Fenerbahce represents Turkey in Europa League, and Aston Villa, one of the tough teams right now in England. Aston Villa came in, and they were a better team, and I think Fenerbahce had a good chance to tie the match, even though they scored one by Kerem Aktürkoğlu, but it was called back after the VAR decision. The goal was offside. So I think right here, Fenerbahce, towards the end of second half, Talisca had chances, Kerem Aktürkoğlu had chances, and I think just the things were not right there for Fenerbahce. Also, I think the 12th-man Fenerbahce fans did a lot of good things for the team to fight, but at the end, Aston Villa won this match in Istanbul. Right now, Fenerbahce is in the 18th place. They will be most likely in top 24 in the Europa League, and their last game will be happening next Thursday against Steaua Bucharest, FCSB team. They will travel to Romania to face Steaua Bucharest. That game will be happening on next Thursday, after the Week 19 games play. One little transfer notes. I think En-Nesyri is leaving Fenerbahce. He's going to Juventus, most likely. Deal is not done. There's other couple players that left Fenerbahce also. Szymanski, I think he's gone. And for Galatasaray, just today, Noah Lang, Dutch player, 26 years old, from Napoli team, is going to be a Galatasaray player on loan at the end of this season. Lang, midfielder, and also he could play left wing, left midfield. We'll see what happens and what kind of addition it will make for Galatasaray. And as I told you in my last podcast, January month is pretty busy for these two teams. Pretty much that is it. And let's preview what will happen starting on Friday in the Turkish Super League Week 19. Week 19 will start on Friday. There will be only one match. Trabzonspor will host Kasımpaşa. Trabzonspor is in third place with 38 points. Kasımpaşa with 16 points. They are in the danger zone. On Saturday, there are three matches. Kayseri will be at home against Başakşehir. Kayserispor with 15 points and Başakşehir with 26 points. Samsunspor and Kocaeli match should be a very interesting match. Kocaelispor, the team that was winning matches back-to-back in the first half, but they lost their match against the Trabzonspor in Week 18. Samsunspor, the team who is in sixth place with 26 points, and Kocaelispor with 24 points. So points are very close to each other. Samsunspor is a good team, and Kocaelispor could be at least get a point from Samsunspor if they play like they played in their last 8-9 matches. And last match on Saturday, Fatih Karagümrük, the last team in the Turkish Super League, will host the top team in the Turkish Super League, Galatasaray, who has 43 points. These kind of matches will be very interesting. The tired Galatasaray team will be going against the last team in the league. It will be very interesting to see what kind of shape the Galatasaray will be. But if you look at it in the paper, the roster, I think Galatasaray shouldn't have any problem. But there will be always surprises when you play against the lower teams. On Sunday, there are four teams. Four matches, actually. Gaziantep will be at home against Konyaspor. Gaziantep with 23 points. Konyaspor with 18. Antalyaspor will host Gençlerbirliği. Antalyaspor with 16 points. And Gençlerbirliği, who has 19 points. Very interesting two matches. And Rizespor will host Alanya. Rizespor with 18 points. Alanyaspor with 21 points. Another game that two teams are very close to each other with points. Fenerbahce will be at home against Göztepe. Göztepe is very, very strong team. And Fenerbahce just played their match on Thursday with 42 points, and they're in second place. The gap on top is only 1 point. Göztepe with 35, and Göztepe, who's in the fourth place, and look for a surprise from Göztepe there. Lastly, on Monday, there's one match. Eyüpspor will be at home against Beşiktaş, and Eyüpspor, the team who is in relegation zone with 14 points, and Beşiktaş with 32 points. Beşiktaş is in fifth place. So, looking at Galatasaray plays Saturday, if they win their matches, the gap will go up to 4 points before the Sunday match. That will put more pressure on Fenerbahce Göztepe match, and in order to keep that 1 point gap on top. So things could be very interesting because Trabzonspor, who has 38 points, if they win on Friday against Kasımpaşa, they will make it 41 points. That is another pressure for Fenerbahce. In case of Fenerbahce losing this match, it will be like a 1 point gap between Fenerbahce and Trabzonspor. So Week 19 will end on Monday. We'll come back, do the recap for you, and then we'll talk about the next weekend's matches for Turkish teams in the European competitions for Galatasaray and Fenerbahce. You've been listening to TurkishSoccer.com's Turkish Football Podcast. My name is Ahmet Bob Turkit. Visit me on X at Turkish Soccer, also on Facebook, Turkish Football, Turkish Soccer, also on Instagram. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for listening to a Turkish